wellness, understanding your pelvic floor. Too often, people are told that pain with sex, urinary incontinence, or a weakened pelvic floor after birth is normal. But this couldn't be more far from the truth. The pelvic floor is strong, adaptable, and very capable of regeneration. So no matter the route of birth, a cesarean, a vaginal delivery, or tearing, or episiotomy, the pelvic floor is impacted and has the potential to completely return to a balanced equilibrium after bringing a baby into the world. The pelvic floor is a complex structure made of muscles, ligaments, and connective tissues with the purpose of supporting the rest of the body that stacks upon it. These muscles stretch from the pubic bone to the front of the tailbone or the coccyx at the back and span between the sits bones, which are the ischial tuberosities on either side. It forms a hammock-like structure at the base of the pelvis and is responsible for holding pelvic organs, regulating waste contents, supporting sexual functions, childbirth and recovery, and it works with the core, lower back, and diaphragm to maintain postural alignment and balance. Anatomy of the pelvic floor. The pelvic floor consists of 3 layers of muscles that work together to support the body's core functions. Many people believe that having a tight vagina is the ultimate goal, and there's so much pressure on women to be tight, like whatever that means. And Kegels are often seen as the go-to solution for postpartum pelvic health. And whether you're preparing for a baby or you just had one, someone may recommend that you do your Kegels. Don't forget to do your Kegels! Thank you. But the overuse of Kegels may lead someone to develop even more tension in areas where flexibility is actually needed to find balance. In fact, many pelvic floor dysfunctions, including pain with sex and urinary incontinence, come from too much tension, not weakness. A hypertonic or overly tight pelvic floor can create imbalances that lead to discomfort, difficulty with orgasms, and even tension in other areas of the body. So instead of focusing on making your pelvic floor tight, a better goal to strive for is to help your pelvic floor find balance. A strong pelvic floor is not just tight, it's dynamic, so it's able to contract and release with ease. A useful way to visualize the pelvic floor is as a clock. So 12 o'clock is the front, connected to the pubic bone and the urethral sphincter, involved with bladder control. And 6 o'clock is the back, connected to the anus and the coccyx, responsible for bowel function and rectal support. And 3 and 9 o'clock are the sides, linked to the sits bones, providing lateral stability and balancing tension. So instead of thinking of your pelvic floor as a single unit that needs to be strengthened uniformly, it's more helpful to identify where tension and lack of strength exists and work towards creating balance. There is an incredible opportunity for expansion and heightened pleasure after birth, not a loss of sensation as many people fear. When a baby moves through the birth canal, it awakens deep neural pathways in the vagina, increasing awareness of pleasure points that may have not been noticeable before. So birth is not going to break your vagina. We can recognize that it brings changes, but with these changes comes the potential for new sensitivity, new depth, and a deeper connection to our bodies.